Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. This is a video that's going to be directed specifically to the Inline 6, the GM Inline 6 community. This is an informational video pretty much just to explain and show you exactly how the intake blocks that I've been talking to you about and many of you have seen on Project Hussey. I'm going to keep it kind of quick. No frills, no fancy editing or music. This is just to show you the details for how this block works and give you an idea of what some of the advantages might be. Okay, here's a little close-up of the number 2 intake port. This is the plastic prototype. I just want to kind of let you look at it up close. Pay attention to this space. You're going to see that again here in a minute, and it's really going to explain the difference between this and the factory way of mounting your intake and your exhaust manifolds. Okay? So I want to let you know that with these, you need to use a 2.5 inch 3/8/16 stud. All right? Stud. And then I don't have any of them. I've got mine on order, but they haven't shown up yet. I use a 3/16 flange head nut to hold the exhaust and to hold the intake once these are installed. Okay? So that would be what I would recommend to you also. If you really want to do something over the top, I guess, I could not find a chromoly stud that was threaded from top to bottom 2.5 inches like this from, I went to ARP, I went to a couple places, and I just didn't come up with what I was looking for. Probably some other place out there that I haven't found, but I didn't come up with it. These are titanium. There is a big advantage to titanium, and there's a big disadvantage. They're costly. 8 of these studs cost me about $80. But titanium doesn't give a damn about the heat that the exhaust is creating. These do not stretch or do anything weird from thermal cycling. Hussey, which has been together for about 3,500 miles on it now, and since last year, I went back after assembly and after getting a few miles on it and started checking to see if the headers and the intake were loose. I have never had to retorque the intake or the exhaust on this engine. It just sits there. I attribute some of that to these, and I attribute some of that to these. And you'll see why here in just a moment. All right, let me show you up close what I was just talking about. Headers are installed. Nuts are in place, already torqued. Now it's time to install your intake manifold. Now you see that space that we talked about earlier that I said pay attention to? That's what allows us to put your modified intake manifold with these welded on, put on over the top of your exhaust flange, the nuts that hold it, and then come back and secure the intake manifold separately with its own set of nuts and torque it down separately. Here's what things start to look like once the intake and the intake blocks have been welded together. This surface right here will probably be removed from my intake manifold. There will be a weld around here. There will be a weld down the side. So you can see that I have taken off some of the surface in here. I'm starting to get this intake ready to go. It's not 100% ready, but I wanted to make this video for you guys so you could understand what I'm doing here. Weld, weld, weld. Same here. Across the bottom. Nuts install here. Torque those down. Your injector blocks can go in here. If injectors, excuse me, can go here. If you choose to do fuel injection, if you choose not to do fuel injection, the blocks will not have the holes drilled in them.
Thanks again for stopping by. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Good luck on your own projects, and we'll talk to you guys later.